never had Mr. Grimm as a teacher. I felt like I had Mr. Grimm as a teacher. In fact, back when I was a student, although I didn't have him, he taught a class right next door to us. One of the funniest things I've ever seen as a student was my very serious teacher that I had. She was sitting right next to this accordion wall. We could open them up so you could make classrooms bigger. She was sitting up against one of the walls. And while she was instructing us, all of a sudden she goes flying across the room. She gets hit by Grimm. Reason we knew is that Grimm is on the other side of this thin accordion wall just cracking up like crazy. She yells, "Grimmy!" and just gets all angry about him.
Mr. Sullivan, I love your curly, crisp hair. You're so loving with the kids, and your expertise on cloud coverings and cloud and temperature. I don't even need to go to a weather guy. I don't even turn it on the radio. I just say, "Okay, Mike, what's the weather today?" "Well, it's going to be slightly cloudy with a touch of just a quiver, a wisp of a wind, and mostly sunny day today. Unless you're in Nova Scotia, then you're going to freeze your off, okay?" Anyway, Mr. Sullivan, I enjoy going to your class and watching you, and I'm sure glad you're still teaching here. You are my hero.
Hi, I'm Natalie Rebar-Kelly. I teach digital photography here at Dana Hills High School. I graduated class of 1998, and I had Grimm when I was a sophomore here. And I had him for speech and debate, and he was probably one of my favorite teachers. Super fun, always had really exciting projects. One funny story about him is I actually didn't do so great in math, so I had to take summer school one year, and he was also offering a summer school class, and I had found out about it, so I signed up for the summer school class, and I think I spent half the summer taking the class, and at one point he told me, you know, "Natalie, you don't have to be in this class, you've already earned the credits." And I started laughing, and I said I just wanted to hang out with him, so I actually took a summer school class just to hang out with Grimm, even though I didn't need the credit. He will say that I snuck out of class often to go hang out with my boyfriend, but that wasn't the case. My boyfriend might have come by and visited me every once in a while because he had class next door in yearbook. So, love you, Grimm.
I love Miss Kelly. She had speech and debate. She's kind of young then. And even though she had speech and debate, she decided to enroll in a summer school class with me. Now, I don't know why she did that. She wasn't going to get any credits. She was a senior and probably was a freshman class anyway, but she just wanted to hang out. It was pretty cool. And she married her childhood sweetheart. Now, I used to see them in the halls, fighting all the time when they were seniors. Oh, it was good. They were with Mr. Kelly. She was a beautiful gal. She could have been a model. He was a very handsome young man. And they were always fighting for some reason. I'm looking by and says, "You know, I think someday you kids are going to get married." Guess what? That was their only love. They got married. They have at least 3, maybe 4 or 5. I don't know how many wonderful kids they got, girls. But they're really wonderful together. And they're a special treat in my heart. Miss Kelly, I love you.
Hello, my name is Liz Swenson, and I graduated from Dana Hills High School in the year of 2000. Grimmy was my speech and debate teacher my senior year of high school, and probably one of my favorite Grimmy stories doesn't come from that class, but comes from my interview at Dana Hills High School. When I was walking in, I ran into him, and he just said, "Give him hell, kid." And I got the job, so I love Grimmy so much. He makes Dana Hills a special place and makes it feel like family and home always. Love you, Grimmy.
One of my best friends as a teacher was Mr. Wynell, and you, Miss Liz Wynell Swenson, was his niece, and he was always talking about you, you know. And then I had the pleasure of having you in speech and debate. And what a sweet girl you were. You always had that big smile. You always look young. You still look young. I still think you was 18, even though you have a baby and you're grown up and you have a nice husband and family. And I remember you sitting in your class one day and observing you and how great you are at teaching math. Now, you'll try math one way, like a problem, and if they don't get it, you'll switch around and try it again till the whole class gets it right. And you're so awesome because you'll teach that problem over and over again in a different way so that everybody gets it. You just don't shine it on and go on to the next problem. You want to make sure they all get your problem. For that, kid, I admire you. And for the fact that you're still smiling. And for the fact that you still look 18 or 21. Okay? Isn't that wonderful? P.S. You can get me breakfast tomorrow for this.